Hello, hello, and hello. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on LinkedIn. We're on multiple platforms. We're going to talk today a little bit about pre-approval and getting pre-approved for a home loan, and go through the documents that that are required in order to get pre-approved for a home loan. I'm Steve Fennell, Fountain Mortgage. Steve for Home Loan. You can find me on any of those platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, LinkedIn, you name it. But if you're following me on Facebook, you'll see my screen. For those of you who are not following me on Periscope or Twitter, then you'll just have the verbal. But I wanted to just go through real quickly with everyone the documents that we need in order to get someone pre-approved for a home loan. And it's really important that we understand those documents. So there's a couple of different things that we need, 4 of them for minimum. We need pay stubs for the last 30 days, and it's critically important to understand we don't need a bank statement that shows your money coming into the bank account. We need an actual pay stub that shows the breakdown of year-to-date transactions, year-to-date itemization of taxes, Social Security, Medicare. We need the year-to-date. We need to see the pay stub that shows all of that detail in order to be able to do a pre-approval. So many people send us pictures of their bank statements, showing how much money came into the account. That's not what we need. We need pay stubs. We need all the detail so that we can determine and tell if there's anything like child support being pulled out, anything that may affect your income. We need to see it. Typically, tax returns for the last 2 years is something that we'll need as well. Tax returns for the last 2 years, we need to see if there's anything within the tax returns that, like you may have a side business, drive Uber, write things off. So we need to know what those things are. So we need your tax returns for the last 2 years. W-2s for the last 2 years. So you get W-2s, and those W-2s you take to your CPA, your accountant, and that's what they use to do the taxes. Well, many times when we ask for W-2s, people send tax returns. We need the W-2 from the employer, the document that you use to take to your CPA or your accountant to determine what your taxes are to do your taxes. We need the W-2s. If you get 1099 income like retirement or Social Security or child support, then we're going to need 1099s. They look a lot like the W-2s, but they're not the W-2s. It says 1099 in the upper left or right-hand corner instead of W-2. So we'll need the W-2s. We'll need driver's license, and then we're going to need bank statements typically for the last 2 months. We want to look at those bank statements. We want to understand if there's any transactions that are coming out of there that we might have to account for that didn't show up on the credit report. So for the last 2 months, stay away from cash deposits. Anything over, I'd say anything 4 digits, stay away from. If you're going to buy a house within the next 30 or 60 days, try to stay away from making big cash deposits because they're hard to source. So driver's license, bank statements, W-2s or 1099s, tax returns for the last 2 years, pay stubs for the last 30 days. What are some other things we might need if you're on Social Security or retirement income? We're going to need an award letter, which shows us how much you get each month and that it's going to be expected to continue for at least 3 years. Child support, alimony, we're going to need the decree or the child support order to use that income as well. So we will need that. So those are just some things that you need. Obviously, you need to have credit. You need to have money, credit, money, and then you've got to have a job. So we're going to be looking for a 2-year work history. Not 2 years necessarily on the same job, but 2-year work history. We'll need that in order to get the loan done. So those are the things you need to get pre-approved. If you got questions, let me know. I just wanted to go over that with everyone because those questions come a lot. So get yourself prepared. Rates are really low right now. Get yourself prepared and get ready to buy. Thanks. I'm Steve for Home Loan.